Hello, I'm Eric Toozle and welcome to part 3 of my Business Achievement and Success Challenge. In this part, I'm going to very simply focus on the environment that you work in and what will inspire you, how to schedule what's important, and then how to project manage those things into the future. So very simply put, don't forget that we always focus on profit, sales, customers, products and services. So in terms of business, those are probably some of the important things that needs to be looked at. And our question is, when you schedule it, when you create the environment, or when you manage, are you managing things that's going to improve some of these things? And that's the workbook you would have had received. And today I'm looking at that third part: environment, scheduling, project management. Now let's look at the environment first, and I have a few very easy questions on here that you can have a look at. Number one, what environment will make you do your best? What will make you do your best? What does your ideal office look like? The desk, what type of laptop or computer are you needing? Now that could be what is the ideal car, the ideal factory, or whatever you work in design studio, cutting studio, where you design things. What is your ideal environment? So do you need music? Do you need good paintings? Do you need visual? And is there a nice view? What's the view like? Now very simply put, do this, and that's the sum total of what I want you to think about your environment. But do remember this: what's around us inspires us and motivates us, and you work there 8 hours plus a day. Take the time to make it pleasurable. So the first thing I want you to do is make a list of things that can be improved, and then very simply grade what's important and what isn't, and then schedule some actions to take over time to improve the environment. Don't run out tomorrow and try and put everything in place in one day. Now let's talk about scheduling, making a list. Now very simply put, what's the action you need to take? How long will it take, the time? How important is it? Who will do it? And that's usually you. We do it ourselves, but who will you delegate it to? Or who will you ask and manage to get this done? And by when will it get done? Now that's the worksheet you would have in your workbook. So there, you list the actions, then you say to yourself, how long will it take? How important is it? And I suggest a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, doesn't matter what you use. Who's going to do it? And lastly, when will it be done? So just use that sheet, and you can see you can copy it many times and use it over and over. It's a very simple. It's also very useful for time management, by the way. Now, simply put, this is the type of thing one can then do. Now this is exactly the same items. I just made it a little bit bigger so you can see them easily. So the first item there, schedule a sales meeting. It'll take me 15 minutes to schedule it. How important is 7 out of 10? Who's going to do it? Me. And by when? Well, I want to do it in the next 2 days. Then I can have a thing like make sure that I complete my customer relationship management system. And I have 5 weeks for that because it's almost maybe done. It's a 9 out of 10 because my customers and customer acquisition is becoming more and more important maybe in this particular business. Who's going to do it? Well, you put some team member or yourself's name there, and you put a date there, let's say 6 months from now. And then you go and you say, okay, what else? And you put in something like, I have to have a distributor conference, all the people that sell my stuff all over the world or the country or wherever I am or in my city. How important is that? 10 out of 10, because these people are really the funnel. It's going to take me 2 months to set that up because I have to organize it. It's very important. I'm going to do it because it's a critical part of the business, and I want to do it in 4 to 6 months. Maybe something like that. And then this is the worksheet I have that you can use. Very similar to the previous one as a list. Again, you're saying what needs to be done, how long will it take. You use that list to schedule some of this. right? Very, very simple. Now, project management, that's where you take that list and you figure out how you will implement this over time. What is the milestones you will achieve? Very simple again. So the first thing there is use the list we've just generated. We just made a list, use that. And then take that list and indicate when it will be done. So it's a bit like if you think of a long list down here and then saying this item will be done in the next 2 months. This item in the next 8 to 9 months. This item immediately, it's only going to take 10 minutes. This item, only a year from now we'll start and will take a long time. Now let me just show you what I mean. And yeah, as I said, so show the start and the end dates for each of those items on your list. So again, there's the workbook. So what you do is you list them and you put a start and end date. Now I've put numbers there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be days, it could be months, it could be years, and depending on the time frame that you are planning for and thinking about. What I've done is I've just put a monthly one in there just to use it, but you can put years in there. It could have been anything. And again, schedule the sales meeting. It's going to take place in January and February, so I need to schedule it now. That's when it's going to take place. The next one is complete the CRM. I'll start that in March maybe of the year, and I'll take 4 months to complete it. The next item would be the distributor conference. To organize it will take some time because I need to go and visit them maybe, and that will take 2 months to complete. And the thinking around this could be I've got to finish the sales meeting before I do the distributor conference, and the sales meeting will tell me what the CRM must look like, that type of thing. Now don't worry about the jargon. I'm just saying whatever you put in there. It could be regenerate my office, and you may put a list of things there. Now, very simply put, wrap up. I'm going to tell you again, make your environment better. Schedule what's important. So make a list. List what's important, then schedule it. When will it get done, and how long will it take, and who will do it? It's that simple. If you really think of what I just told you about, that is the crux of it. That's why this video is extremely short. Now, next time I'm going to talk about hope and optimism, and I think you will find that greatly beneficial too. So I look forward to delivering that to you, and that you can be inspired by what I think about how to create hope and optimism in a business. But for now, go and say what will make my environment good and improve it. List the important things and then schedule it. By the way, when you do this, don't make 10 sheets or a whole heap of sheets. Do one and put the really important things on it, because it's easy. The temptation is to make a whole list of sheets, and I will fall into that category of trying to overplan, and then it just sits there because it's too much. Really, the purpose of this is to say what is really important and has to move forward, and let the other things go. With that, thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you next time when I'm going to talk about hope, optimism, creating a balance in life, and staying positive.